The other big issue, and we've been talking about it all morning, just again before this break as well, is your big competitor TikTok and the future of that company and what happens to that company. You've, of course, introduced a new service called Reels as part of Instagram. I'm curious, A, to see how much traffic you think has gotten, what the success of Reels looks like to you right now, and how much you think you've benefited, to the degree you have at all, from the potential of a shutdown of TikTok, or at least a transfer of power of it?
It's an important question. I mean, on Reels to start, we are seeing some early momentum and we're growing, particularly fast in countries like India, but it's early days and there's a long, long way to go. But broadly speaking, TikTok has done an amazing job really just pushing this performative short form video ecosystem into existence. I mean, they've been at it for almost a decade now, and all the credit goes to them. But we've seen that short form performative video grow not only on Instagram, but on other platforms as well. And we have to adapt to those big shifts, because one of the biggest risks for us is that the world changes around us. We obviously have competition, but the bigger risk when you're a platform like us is that you just become less relevant. Now you ask about the potential ban here in the US. Any short form benefit it would be in terms of stifling a competitor right now, I think is greatly outweighed by the risks of a more fragmented internet. I mean, we benefit greatly from the ability to operate in countries all around the world. And if we move to a place where countries start to silo the internet within them and we can't operate in that way, I think that is much more problematic than any short-term benefit is beneficial.
I don't know if you're going to be willing to take us inside some of the meetings, I imagine, the conversations that must be happening inside your company right now. But if you were rooting for one of the buyers, a Microsoft Walmart buyer on one side or an Oracle buyer on the other side, which way do you lean?
I don't know. Honestly, I'm following this just as you are, just trying to figure out what's going on. It's been moving so fast. There's so little time and there's so much drama. So I don't have a favorite. Is
there any part of you that says, you know what, this is probably actually good for our business, to the degree that, A, there's a little bit of confusion, and also I think there's real questions about the algorithm, the TikTok algorithm, and the tech behind it, and how much of that gets shared with whoever the buyer is, and their ability to be able to iterate on that quickly relative to what ByteDance likely could do on its own?
I mean, you bring up a really good point. I think TikTok as an asset is incredibly valuable because of how well they've done with ranking and algorithms. They've done some really brilliant, really compelling work over the last couple of years. And so any buyer has to decide how much of the asset value is the algorithms versus the user base. I also just think it would be pretty wild. I can't imagine running our business and not having control or even understanding how ranking works within the system. So I don't know. We'll see what happens. We don't have a favorite horse in the race. I do think if it benefits us in the short term in terms of slowing down a competitor, the precedent it sets is much, much worse for us as a business in the long term. So I honestly, I'm not actually enjoying this at all, even though some people assume it's really good for us. I actually think it's going to be really bad for us over the next maybe 5 to 10 years.